Well, a very, very heavy divertation tonight. We had a very Darrison, but let's go to Terry's and look for the bit, the head of the pit.
What I actually think she's trying to say.
Relation at all. I don't know who he is.
Your doppelganger, Dave.
You're joking. You're joking.
No.
I thought I was playing along. I assumed it was your brother. That guy's not related to you.
No, he's just an actual clone.
I refuse. I'm not calling you a liar, Dave, but I refuse.
He was not my brother. No.
That
was my next door neighbour talking to him as if it was me. And for about a minute, and then she was told that's not David, and that's why she was laughing at the end of it.
I assumed it was just your brother who looked like you.
No.
Jesus.
Oh no, I'm not buying it. What you reckon, Dudley?
I don't know. This is like me. Remember my brother? His doppelganger was in the Angelus. People were just like, "That's you. That's your brother." I was like, "It's actually not him." It was It was the fucking image of him. And my brother goes, I know people. Yeah, but do you remember seeing that, Sean? I think you remember.
Yeah. I don't think I was the one to point it out to you, or possibly was, but I certainly remember, yeah.
Oh my God, he was the image of Jared. It was like that, Dave, as good as that. Well, actually, I don't know if it was quite as good as that. You didn't see the full picture of my brother, but it looked like him. But my God, that one was tremendous yesterday, Dave.
I thought. I got the video sent to me by my neighbour. I was like, Jesus Christ.
I was like, I remember just going, Dave's something's different about Dave here. And then I realised, that's not Dave.
He's not related to you at all.
No. Well, not that I know of. There's no questions. Questions asked about me parents. I don't know, but.
Can I get you and him together, and can we make a documentary about this? Because this is fascinating. True.
It does happen, though, doesn't it? It does happen. I mean, nothing.
Coincidence, though, if that was true. The fact that you live in the same area, next door, like that's fucking like. I'm not buying it, but.
How do I feel about it?
Nothing tickles me more than finding somebody who's like a direct fucking lookalike of somebody. I remember I had Liverpool.
There's lookalike stuff, Tony, and there's fucking.
Yeah, that's incredible. That is incredible.
It's hard to actually. You need to.
Like I said, when I seen the last episode, I'm looking at it here. Like I thought maybe it was you, and I was like, "There's something off about this guy." It was something about the way he was carrying himself, or something slightly different. And then I was like, "Oh no, it's just his brother or something like that."
No,
I don't know.
Yeah, it was mad, man. Nothing tickles me more than seeing like a doppelganger of somebody. I remember this Liverpool team in 2002, 2003, and Frank and I had this ambition of finding somebody who looked like members, like in each position. I think I got up to like 6 of them. And I thought the funniest one was a fella called Jari Litmanen, Finnish guy. And Frank and I were walking back from the mill. And literally just turned around and went, Frank, look behind you, Jari Litmanen. And Frank looks around at this guy and he bursts out laughing in his face. And the guy's looking at him like, what are you laughing for? Frank's like, oh my God, it's Jari fucking Lips. Like Frank had to drag Frank out of the fucking, like, away from him. Because remember Frank used to have that laugh where he sounded like Woody Woodpecker on acid.
Yes, yeah, I remember he was in a chipper with him once.
And he got kicked out of the chipper, yeah. He was at the door. Get out of the fucking chipper! Get out! Frank, like, just kind of sheepishly at the door. I was only laughing. But, yeah, you know, Frank had this laugh, Dave, where if you got him going, car alarms went off.
Was it? Or something, was it? Like,
yeah.
It was like a single...
And his eyes would just go off into the distance, like, for about 50 fucking minutes. Surprised we didn't have to call an ambulance for him and actually get oxygen for Frank to recover. Yeah, so, yeah, doppelgangers, man, they're funny. There's actually one of me in the job. People come up and keep going to me, all right, John. And I used to think it was a Cockney thing, you know, because where they always say...
oh, yeah. All right, John.
All right, John. All right. But then I realised there was actually a guy that looks like me called John. And even my boss does me, the twin. Like, oh, right, the twin's there. And, we look like each other. He's not as good looking as me, though, Sean.
Is it just a resemblance, though? Like, because there's that video of fucking
listen, compared to Dave's one, this is like the Vanarama fucking Van League National Conference compared to Dave. So that was Champions League.
Champions League, that's all right.
That was incredible, man. That was just...
And I'm also the good-looking one as well.
Oh, well, of course.
Mm-hmm.
With your fucking your smile, your whimsical smile, bastard. But it was that was incredible. That was. But the Liverpool team I was telling you about, I only got about 6. We had the goalkeeper. We had fella John Anarisa. That was classic. There was this guy that was supposed to red hair. He looked like John Anarisa. The fucking stayed with him. And we never got the full 11. But hey, times are bleak, lads, in Dublin in the early 2000s.
Yeah, nice anyway.
So speaking of bleak, I want to ask your opinion. What's the story with this? You've seen this Gillette commercial. I mean, I think, Dave, you shared it with us.
Yeah, I thought it would be make for interesting reading on a Monday or Tuesday night or morning or wherever it was going to work.
Yeah,
I thought we'd share it and see what the consensus was with you lads, and obviously we're now talking about it on this. Basically, it's a new marketing campaign from the company Gillette, who have been known for years as the best a man can get, who have decided that based on the kind of battering, I suppose, that the man has taken over the last couple of years in the mainstream media and the press, have a new woke ad campaign where they basically tell us that we're all bastards and we all need to change.
Well, I was born in wedlock, so I'm not a bastard.
Well, we're all, I was born in wedlock as well, but basically, men. The message is men equals shit, and we need to make ourselves better.
Wow, that's pretty strong. So I was in a good mood coming on here now. I don't know what to think now, Sean.
I didn't know I was a bastard. It's one of those stupid fucking campaigns where it's very anti-male. I thought it seems to be as if we're like we need a good stern talking to, like we were going around bullying people and making fun of women or what have you. A lot of fucking bollocks.
Yeah, it was a bit. I mean, you have to like with these companies. I mean, when it's like going to a U2 concert. You give them a load of money, you get the thing you want, and then you get lectured for half of it.
I suppose if Bono was behind it somewhere.
Yeah, I'm sure he is. Yeah, but it's just like
we've always blamed Bono for this. So I don't think.
Yeah, Luxie would be. I know he would. But I mean, I was like, I looked at it. Now, don't get me wrong. I think the message. I mean, Dave, like you seem very strongly. You feel very strongly against this. Now, we don't have the conscience of the podcast on this week. Frank or Luxie, they're inseparable. Apparently,
no Mavericks this week.
Yeah, both Mavericks. Like anything that goes along with mainstream media. Yeah, Mavericks. That's right. It's true though, isn't it? Fucking true though, isn't it? Sitting there, it's probably they don't have like little sheriff badges. But yeah, I mean, what is it, Dave? Is it the message itself? Is it the way the message is presented? Or is it the fact that you're being lectured by a scrupulous conglomerate, American-based conglomerate? They somehow have the nerve to tell you that you're a bastard, and you really need to, smarten up. Basically, with our Gillette products, of course. I mean, what is it? You don't have an issue with the message yourself, do you? Or
no, I don't have an issue with the message, but I do have an issue with the absolutism and the hyperbole that's coming on with this.
Hyperbole?
With this whole, I mean, tarring all men with this brush, when in reality it's a minority of people that need to be taught this message. I don't feel I need to be lectured to by this conglomerate, as you mentioned. I don't feel any of us feel that we should be. So therefore, to be put into the brush of people who will misbehave because of their gender. Just because I share the same gender with them doesn't mean anything to me. So that's what the ad for me is saying. It's not saying anything about selling or shaving razor blades, which is what they really should be getting at. In fact, at no point in the ad do you see anyone actually shaving. So what they're actually trying to achieve, I do not know. But I think there's a definite team now with left-leaning media and left-leaning academia where any message that's not towing that particular line or that group think, especially in America, and it seems to be seeping in to all kind of areas in the world now because of the internet and all that. I think that's the problem. Basically, it's being lectured to by people who really don't, who have ulterior motives that aren't for equality, or that they're used for division and for
What kind of gets up my arse sideways about this is that, like, it's not as if a hippie walked into Gillette offices in Boston, Massachusetts, and went, "Lads, let's save the world." This is a bunch of fucking accountants and marketing people have sat in a in a boardroom or in a room and gone, "Right, lads, how do we sell more razors?" I know. What are all men? Bastards. That's it. Let's say, yeah, we're with you. Come on, man, get your act together, and we'll try and get more people to buy more razors that way. That's a massive issue I have with that. The issue that the actual message itself was a good message. I actually, it was funny enough coming home on the tube last night. I actually saw there was this guy and he was actually whistling at a girl, and I was looking at him like, "You fucking idiot!" Like, she's not a dog.
You were like the guy in the ad. Oh, come on now.
Yeah, it does happen. Yeah, it does happen. But I did go to the guys like, "Now, come on now," waving a package of fucking Gillette razors in his face, like, a different type of blade gets fucking waved around London. But
I mean, you're allowed to approach like women. I think the issue isn't like checking girls out or like looking or saying hello to them. It's harassment is if they say no and you continue to do it. If you do it once, I think that's fair game, and that behaviour shouldn't be discouraged because it's how people meet. It's how the species is able to continue as a going. It's how mating happens. It's the calling call for human beings is communication between the sexes. So that shouldn't be discouraged by anybody. But when the whole no means no by all means should be.
Oh, but, God, yeah.
I don't even think checking someone out or looking someone down the street should be touch with the naughty brush or anything like that. I mean, which is sort of one of the bits in that ad where the guy is being corrected by another guy, which I thought was a bit, primary schoolish, not.
Yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying. I think personally, it's this current generation that's coming up, this populist generation, that do everything on computers now. It's they don't go out and play football now. In the street they play FIFA because it's that fucking realistic that they do it. They don't go out and talk to people. They do it online. They don't go out on dates. They do it with Tinder and all these kind of things. And where we all remember back when we were in our 20s, the other year ago, when we were in our 20s, and you went out. If you went to a nightclub, if you were a girl, you went out to a nightclub and you wore a skirt the size, the length of a belt. Well, you're looking for something. Chances are you're looking for action in the nightclub. You're looking for whether it's a wear or a fucking you want to go home with somebody. That's what the signals were. That's how we were. That's what the message was to us, I suppose. Now I'm saying this is not that I've got any in a nightclub, but
she's up for that one there.
Yeah, so I can never be accused, oh, look at her, Billy now, the lads out of Father Ted, like standing there with a pint, look at her now, Billy, it's Mikey's after, I was useless at it anyway, so probably I shouldn't. I'm actually defeating my own point here. But I think with most people is that, that's, as Dave said, that's how they would go out. They would actually go out and they would communicate. And, no means no, of course. But I just think there is a certain lacking there in the current crop of people coming through, that there is a lack of contact and human understanding.
It's a lot of technology really behind it more than anything else, isn't it? It's just the fact that you can communicate with particularly dating, the likes of Tinder. You can't just have a lot of fellas or women at the end of a phone, so it takes any kind of effort out of meeting, chatting someone up, as it were. It's you just text a few emojis and away you go, sort of thing.
Yeah, it's a weird one, I mean, I've gone on dates using either. I've gone up to a girl in a bar, and just got talking to her and just said, look, you're having an evening with your friend here, and I said, look, here's my number. Give us a call if you want. If you don't worry about it. Thankfully, a guy didn't come up waving a load of Gillette fucking razors in my face. And that was, went up and we met up and had a couple of dates after that. And I've done the whole thing online, and that was very straightforward, and that was fine, But I think the human aspect is definitely gone. And maybe because the human aspect isn't there, people don't know where to toe the line with that either. On the other side of it, approaching women, there's a bit of that to it as well. But yeah, I think I know there was a thing down in Cambridge, or I think it was Oxford, where it was these ladies, and they were saying that they were trying to get it a crime for basically men to chat up women in a nightclub.
College students now are completely in a bubble. They are living in an absolute.
You're spot on, David.
Real, academia basically aren't living in the real world, and that's the unfortunate truth.
They don't ever criticize their opinion on stuff. Like, they have an opinion, but they never explore it. They're never critical of ideas. They're just sort of, their heads are filled with all this sort of bollocks.
And in America, it's 10 times worse. You're talking about Cambridge.
I've seen videos.
In America, it's actually worse. Yeah,
just being interviewed, they just, even in terms of like what a fact is. How do you determine if something's a fact? Whether that's like, well, someone told me, so I believe it to be fact. It's kind of frightening that these are going to be the leaders of the future.
Oh, we're fucked.
Maybe it's not them all anyway. I'm maybe a bit harsh there, but
no, we're fucked.
They're intelligent in terms of their academics, and
they're very educated.
Educated in whatever chosen area they are in, and they'll contribute very possibly to society in that sense. However, they are socially very big time lacking in terms of what is beneficial for society, for society to prosper as a whole. But in their own little heads, they think what their idea of society is idealistic and perfect, but it's not. It's far from it in a lot of cases.
We're heading towards a very dystopian, sterile world, aren't we? I mean, it's just, everything is just like, I mean, don't get me wrong. You look at things, it's not a case of, like, you see some of these videos that are shared on Facebook before Article 13 tears them down. I think there was one, Love Thy Neighbour, and it was, I never saw it in Ireland. I only saw it when it came over here, about a black guy and a white guy live side by side in the 70s and 80s, and basically they can't stand each other.
Is that the sitcom, is it?
That's a sitcom, yeah.
I know what you're talking about. Sorry, go on, yeah.
And the white guy is calling the black guy every name under the sun. Just using every racial terminology against him that he can. And then, he's calling the white guy honky and all this kind of stuff. And he ripped the piss out of each other. I suppose in a way it's good. But, I'm not one of these people that kind of sits back and goes, we need more comedy like that on the telly, like on an 8 p.m. on BBC One, No, it's just that there are some things that are best kept in the dark, and, best kept locked away, just, let's not go back to those days kind of thing. But I do think it's just the way things are now. It's just gone very superficial, very sterile, no warmth. Real lack of warmth. The way things are going, like those girls, I don't want a man buying me a drink. Well, don't fucking go out then. It's just. See,
that's where we are. Men don't know what the fuck way to behave now. So they're told, don't open a door for a woman. That's sexist.
Yeah.
Funnily enough, we're still expected to pay for meals and stuff like that. They'll hang on to that one with all the other stuff. It's just, you know, your chat. What was it? You compliment a girl on the street. Oh, that's sexual harassment. And then I think there was studies about, you know, they call it wolf whistling. And there was these women who were complaining about wolf whistling, and then I don't know, maybe they turned 35 or something like that, and then they stopped getting wolf whistling, and then the same person was complaining that they're no longer being wolf whistled at. So it's just, I don't think people really know what they fucking want. They have an idea of what they want, and it's just. What
was it they were saying about Cambridge again? They were trying to get.
It's Cambridge, not one of those fucking places. They were just basically, when I go out with my friends, I don't want to be approached by men.
Right. Why would you choose to go out into a nightclub where there will be men if you don't want to be approached by them? Surely you'd stay at home. That would be more preferable.
Or go to your local. You know,
not even to your local. Stay in your house. Bring your friends to your house if that's what you want.
Yeah, it's just.
The whole point of going out is
they want to go out for a drink. You know, that's their thinking. They want to go out and have fun with their friends. They don't necessarily want to be chatted up by folks. I mean, that's their thinking. I would imagine.
But then stay at home then. Have drinks.
Yeah, you can't really say stay at home either, because you're allowed to do whatever the fuck you want.
But my point is, if that's what you want, if that's what you're...
If you don't want to be approached by people, you can't really expect people to just leave you alone unless you want to sign up to your
I mean, if your preference is not to be chatted up, then surely it would be more beneficial and more preferable to you to just stay at home and have a few drinks with your friends there, where there's no chance of it. Going out in itself is all. I'm not saying it's an invitation to, oh, look, chat me up, but I mean, all the ingredients are there, and the social aspect of going to a pub has that over staying at home. You know what I mean? It is a meeting place.
Yeah,
well, I can see that same girls. If Tom Hardy came up to them, they'd suddenly be very interested in what he has to say, and they'd like him to be chatting them up. You know, so it's.
But you see, as well though, I know. I think it goes back to the loud minority as well, the very loud minority, and you got and the silent majority. Not every, you know, and I don't want to give off this impression of every bloody girl's the same. No, it's not. You know, I've spoken to some women and they will agree that they want to be chatted up, they want the attention, even if they're not. Maybe they've had a row with the boyfriend, or things aren't going well, and a guy passes a compliment, all right, gorgeous, that sort of thing, and I think, I feel good, and I've met women, younger women as well. So it's not it's not every one of them, but I met young women and they said, I got a compliment there today, and I feel good, and this guy said this to me, he complimented me on my eyes or my hair, or or I've seen it, your hair looks lovely, and I'm said, and they, thank you, and and it just lifts their day. And blokes are like that as well. We're human. We're humans. We have egos. They need to be stroked. We like compliments, and some of us aren't great giving compliments, but we like to receive them every now and again. So I don't think it's everyone. I do think it's just the very vocal minority where I want to come out here to this bar and I don't want to fucking be thing by any bloke, and that is probably, they're very much in the minority of that, because it's part of the social aspect. You go out on Friday or Saturday. Now, granted, if a guy goes, don't get me wrong, and I don't want to be. It's a very dangerous road to walk down. But if a girl goes out and she is going out with a guy, and she goes out with her friends, and she is wearing a skirt the size of 4 tea bags, and guys start groping her with her, that's never right. That's never cool. She doesn't deserve to be harassed. But if guys are going to look, then,
I mean, you're going to, as if we're not on it.
Yeah, don't be looking at me. Where do you want? What you want me to do? You're obviously dressing like that because you want to show off your fantastic body. Fair enough, and I do believe you look at the menu, you don't have to fucking touch it, but that has to be. But then I think this is the world we're in. It's like, why these are not? This is natural. This is normal. This is a normal thing. Why does there have to be a fucking thesis written about this? It's just normal. You see a girl, looks good, you offer to buy her a drink. She says no. Fair enough, you leave her alone. That's it. He says yes. You see where it goes. Now she's probably, playing it for a few drinks. But that's just like old the chase, isn't it? And the girl and the man and the woman like that as well. Most of them do anyway.
Yeah, you're right. I think you hit the nail on the head earlier when you said that the world is heading into a very cold or sterile or, just a place that's lacking crack. Really, it's the fun is being sucked out of life by a lot of these sort of academics who don't really, maybe, I'm not trying to say that they weren't invited to all these parties or weren't maybe,
the nerd's revenge, Dave. That's what it is.
So, I'm not saying, but you know what I mean? It does seem that innocent fun is being now a tool that's, used to hit us with a naughty stick with. I think that's a lot of what I'm getting now with how the world is the last 4 or 5 years. It's a relatively new phenomenon.
Yeah.
Middle of 2012 was exactly when it happened.
Do you have that written down, Sean? Yeah.
No, that was it. Yeah. It's like Obama's second term onwards. It was just people went fucking crazy after that. There is something behind it. Maybe I'll link to it. I think I found something somewhere. But
that'd be interesting. Actually, I'd like to. I'd like to hear more about this. Actually,
next week.
And even there was, the whole Trump thing when he said that about the lady. I grabbed her by the pussy, or you grab him in the pussy, and this kind of stuff. I think that was another thing. And don't get me wrong, if you're talking about somebody in such a way with lads, that's locker talk. But obviously, if you've committed that act and you are actually sexually assaulting somebody, then that is completely fucking wrong. I think stuff like that.
They mentioned that in the Gillette ad. That was one of the sound bites was a Me Too movement.
Yeah, that didn't help. Harvey Weinstein didn't help. But what I don't like, I don't think there's a fair playing field. I mean, there's blokes at work. The whole Me Too thing where you've been harassed by a member of the opposite sex, or maybe the same sex. I've had that. I've been groped by women. Genuinely at work.
I have, yeah.
Yeah.
Me too. Hashtag.
What?
Yeah, so,
okay.
There you go, me too. Hashtag me too.
Yeah, lads. Where's our fucking commercial, Where's our fucking Gillette razors or Wilkinson swords or whatever we're using these days? Dollar Shave Club, by the way. And actually, there's another point I want to make about Gillette in a second. I think Dave might know where I'm going to go with this. But yeah, I do think, all the Harvey Weinstein stuff and all that, Me Too is obviously completely blown this now. And now it's like, okay, the explosion's over of this. Now we're going to get down to the real nitty gritty. Now we're actually going to really get into it and really hammer this point home. And you had Serena Williams. I mean, it's got to such ridiculous levels. There was Serena Williams in the Open. We talked about this a while back, where she was caught breaking the rules and she was deducted a point or whatever. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Yep.
She sat there, threatened, basically told the top, who's known, the umpire was known to be a very, very officious umpire, very, very strict, and with men and women, calling him sexist, threatening his job. He'll never do one of her matches again. She's the biggest star in tennis, because they're all retiring young, especially women's tennis, but probably in overall tennis, just all this stuff threatening him with all this kind of stuff. And then she comes out at the end, it's like a pseudo protest. Oh, well, I'm standing up to sexism. And then I saw some people on Facebook, actually friends of mine, actually share this and go, oh, this is outrageous, what's happening to her. And I'm thinking, are you that fucking deluded? Like, are you that caught up in this social media campaign that you cannot see the wood from the trees? She just got cheating.
People will jump on something if they think, oh, there's a lot of people behind us and stuff like that.
She ruined
its basis.
This Japan had its first ever majors winner or masters or major in tennis, and that moment was taken away from that poor girl because of what Serena Williams did and said, I'm a mother of a child. That was another one. I'm a mother of a child. I wouldn't lie. What? I have a PlayStation 4, Your Honor. I that's a child to me. I swear to you, I didn't kill that person. It's just, it's what I mean?
Secretary, yeah.
Ridiculous.
She said she was standing up for women and for all that as well. There was an article actually a few years ago, before being a woman or being a sexist was such a bad thing, where she talked about a rape case where she questioned the motives of a woman who wore revealing clothes, and basically said, more or less in certain terms, put a lot of blame on the victim. So she can't really say that she's doing it for women, or that she's such a heroine of women's rights when she's saying stuff like that. But now that it's fashionable to be a victimized woman, she'll use that as a stick to beat the big bad man with.
Yeah, because otherwise she's in the wrong, and she couldn't possibly be in the wrong. So it's easier for her to just kind of say, "Oh no, I'm standing up for something else."
It was
like Kevin Spacey, when he was accused of being a predator against young men. He came out as gay, as if to say, "Oh well, that will help me get away with this more." It's like
I was confused. I had this conflicting thing. I didn't know how. I've now decided recently to be a gay man because I've got conflicting views, and I may have acted inappropriately. Fuck off, Kevin.
There's a lot of arseholes who are using this new progressive movement as a shield.
Yeah.
For their shitty behaviour.
Yeah. You should look at that one who was what was her name? Argento. I forget her name. And she was accused of sexually harassing some bloke. She was one of
she actually started the Me Too movement, yeah.
What was her name? Whatever her name was anyway, but yeah. Go on, Tony, what were you going to say?
Yeah, that's it. That's my point. I think there's like Serena Williams has a history of throwing tantrums and threatening people and questionable comments in the media, and now that she has she's been using a few like minority kind of things as a shield for basically not being a stand-up person, really,
Yeah, I mean, she ruined this moment for this poor girl, and I was reading a cracking article in Facebook, and I'll tell you what, right? This is honestly the way it was. When I shared this article on Facebook, I was in the Irish Independent, that really hit the nail on the head. I was worried. When I put it up, I was like, oh my God, I'm going to be ostracized by all the women that I know. That's how deep this is now, which is a nonsense, really. But that's just, when you're in something, and it's only when you kind of stop, you go outside and you go, that's ridiculous. But, in the moment, you go, oh my God, I was like, oh, people are going to think I'm sexist for sharing this. And basically, it tore Williams apart. And it was just going on that this was a pseudo protest. Instead of going, I'm sorry, I acted like a fucking idiot. I've ruined this poor girl's thing. I turned the crowd on her. I just couldn't accept being defeated. And basically, oh, you standing up for sexism? And she kind of just went, yeah, absolutely, yes, standing up against sexism, blah 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 blah. And this guy pointed it out. It was a masterful. It was a masterful article, and it really just showed her for what she's a great competitor, but great competitors are arseholes anyway.
Can you imagine Conor McGregor when he was being beaten by Khabib, and him saying, "Oh yeah, I just want to make this point of standing up against testicular cancer," or something like that?
Yeah, or against concussions, and concussional brain injuries, or he's fucking Khabib's boxing the head off him. Yeah, it's just. I think there's a real, I'm old fashioned. You fuck up, you apologize. Simple as that. You atone for that. And, I've fucked up a lot. As we all do. I think when you're missing out on that because you're giving somebody like that a window to escape from that, of doing the decent thing of apologizing, and then they come up with some pseudo shit. And then what example is that setting to the younger women of America? And the younger people of America, when you have someone like Serena Williams, who has is a role model for so many young people, and rightfully so, by the way, because I know they had a torrid time, the Williams sisters coming through America, coming through the ranks in America, and to behave in such a manner, it's just, it's not good. It's a blame culture. I fucking hate blame culture. I really do. I can't stand it because there's just such a dishonesty to it.
Yeah.
It's just, but.
I seen speaking back to the Gillette, they actually had a backfire because you ever hear of they call it the pink tax?
Oh,
Heard of that? It's
Yeah.
basically that if you take an average razor blade for a bloke and you compare that to an average razor blade for a woman, there's like a slight, sometimes like 25% increase in the price. So for, you know, if a razor blade for a bloke costs, I don't know what, 15 quid, it'd be like, you know, 17, 18 quid for what would seem to be the same thing for female products. So there was a lot of women giving out about Gillette saying, well, you're talking about this, but how come I'm paying more for razor blades? But I always think the point is, well, if it's the same product, why don't you just buy the bloke ones? Why don't you just buy the male version if it is the same product?
So
But,
they've highlighted, so something that was slipping under the radar for years and years is now being highlighted. Because
So it's kind of the people who they kind of were aiming the advert for, you know, woke females are now kind of giving out to them, saying, hang on a second.
I saw that. Yeah, that's.
This could be, I mean, the reviews for the ad are absolutely appalling. Like they are.
I don't think anyone really thinks it's fantastic. Like very few. It seems, judging by the ratings on YouTube, it was overwhelmingly negative.
The message. It's just, I mean, the message itself is a good one, but it's just delivered in such a negative way that just says
it's as if you've done something and they're scolding you. You know, it's as if you just, oh well. We were all around
it's pontification of the highest fucking order. That's what it is. That's what we can't stand. Listen, I do see some lads talk, and it's embarrassing. There was one job I used to work in. I haven't worked for some time, and I'd be listening to some of the lads talk, and just the way they'd be going on about stuff, and the way they'd be like shouting stuff at women as they walk past, I would just be fucking head in my hands, like, you know, oh, the arse on her, or the fucking, and I'd be sitting there mortified, just going, really, like, the fucking state of this guy, and he's shouting this, you know, like going like a right arsehole, and yeah, that sort of stuff, you know, doesn't read books, eats them, that kind of fucking behaviour. And you try to have a conversation with these people about something different, and they would just look at you like you got 10 heads, and you go, wow, I've nothing in common with you, thankfully. There is some of that, and you do see some people, as I said, the guy whistling at the girl, which I've seen a few times, and, you know, guys thinking that it's okay to like slap a girl on the arse as she walks past. It's, you know, it's never okay.
Well, that's definitely not okay, and most blokes wouldn't think that was okay, you know.
No. But then again, I've had my arse grabbed, slapped, twerked, thrown against railings and twerked. I wasn't complaining, you know, but yeah. But if the shoe was on the other foot, if I got some poor unfortunate girl started twerking into her, you know, I don't think that'll go down too well. Just imagine that, Jesus. But yeah, you know, message good. I think we're all in agreement, lads. The message is the right message. Although I did see another friend of mine in America who actually was really funny, and she's, you know, quite pro bono, anti-Trump, blah blah blah, and she goes, "Oh, if you have a problem with this commercial, then you're the one with the problem." And then what was really funny was that some guy responded to it and fucking tore it apart. You know, basically what we've said, and then she just goes, "I agree with everything you said." It's like, no, you don't. You're that sort of.
You've probably seen somebody else like that exact sentence.
Having a problem with the ad.
Yeah, just wants to be dictated to, you know, just wants to be shown a way. And a lot of people are out there, they have no direction, and they see something and go, yep, I'm going to get behind that. I'm going to complain about that. It's just really, really fucking silly. But, you know, I have to laugh at Gillette as well, Dave, preaching to us about what's right in the best of men. These are the cunts that had Thierry Henry as a Gillette man.
And Tiger Woods.
And Tiger Woods.
And Lance Armstrong.
Oh, Jesus.
Did he have Lance Armstrong as well, did he?
I think so.
Hold on.
Definitely the other two, anyway.
Hold on, lads. Bear with me. Talk amongst yourselves. Let's see. Lance Armstrong. Was he with Gillette? I don't actually buy Gillette anymore. I am a Dollar Shave Club man, which is quite cool. What about you, lads? You use Gillette?
I've got a kind of a electric one I use.
But is it Gillette?
No, I don't know what brand it is. I used to use Gillette though, yeah. Back when I used to wet shave, yeah.
Well, sorry, no. I think Armstrong was just Nike. I'm
Nike.
thinking of the Woods thing and Armstrong weren't.
Yeah, no, it's just Nike. I have to laugh. What are Nike gonna do? Yoga pants. Yeah, we're gonna make these yoga pants as sexy as hell, but you don't look at them. You know, when women go past you. Yeah, no, Lance Armstrong. No, he wasn't. He was with Nike.
Can't blame Gillette for him.
Yeah, but yeah, Gillette. I remember when Henri did this thing with the handball, I actually threw out my Gillette razors and bought with a sword. I did.
And your cuisine de France.
Yeah. I looked at the guy, like, is that a fucking Irish roll? And he went, yeah, good. No, that fucking cuisine, the shite. Yeah. If I had a Renault, I would have got rid of it as well. Don't try it, though.
Kept French fries, though, did you?
No, I got freedom fries.
Freedom fries.
Trapattoni fries. No, I was, I actually did. I threw my Gillette razor, but confession time. I did, and realised how shit all the other razors were. I went back to Gillette.
Once you use that fusion yoke, you're like, hang on a second.
Yeah, to be fair, it was quite an outstanding shave as well. I just kept breaking, and the other thing, I'm like, no, I'm going back to Gillette, and I just dropped my fucking campaign that nobody knew about.
So you
I'm just going to use scissors from now on. No razor, but just give me a pair of scissors. Actually, to be honest, I actually have grown a beard now for the last couple of years, so I mean, I don't actually really use razors that much, so it's not going to affect me really.
I do believe there are a lot of people who are boycotting Gillette, though, or Procter and Gamble, their parent company.
Shit,
there is a lot of people who are offended by it.
So, what do Procter and Gamble make?
Oh, loads of different toiletry products. They're a huge company, like.
But isn't that though like fucking Lever Brothers? Do you remember when you used to see like Surfia and all this stuff, and it'd be like, here's an ad for Ariel, and have Lever Brothers up in the top right. Here's an ad for Radion. Is Fairy Liquid. Everything was fucking.
This is blast in the past.
But like everything was fucking Lever Brothers. I actually showed a friend of mine over here, because there's a YouTube channel has all the old Irish ads on it from the 80s and 90s. It's like, look at this. Check up the top right hand corner. It's like every second ad was for washing machine thing, and it just had Lever Brothers. They just
look at them. All the medicines are all was it
Bayer?
Not Bayer or Pilsner, is it?
Yeah.
And then you have like drinks, Diageo, and all that. It's all one big company that controls everything. Like.
Oh well, I tell you what, I'm fucked straight off. Head and Shoulders, I use that. My old dandruff. Pantene. Sean, you're fucked.
Yeah, love a bit of Pantene.
Yeah, lads. Well, yeah, always fucking hell. Bold, Ariel. Okay, so Lever Brothers.
Lever Brothers have drawn monopoly.
They have. Lever Brothers, give me your money back.
Stranglehold of the washing up.
They have. Daz, Bold, 2-1, Fairy Liquid, Lenore. Oh my god, man. Ambi Pure, Viacal, Febreze. Oh man, Clear Blue. That's a pregnancy test. No, I don't need that. Oral B.
Lever Brothers will give you your money back.
Fix it then. Old Spice. That's you, fuck Dave. Braun. Yeah, Gillette, obviously. And Old Spice, man, they got everything.
Yeah.
Well, fuck. I was gonna join in on a boycott there, lads, but I'm sorry. I love me Febreze. I do.
You can just leave the Gillette. Then we can forgive the rest of them.
Yeah, the Dollar Shave Club. It's really good actually. It's like £8 a month, and then you get 4 razors, one for each week. And I keep forgetting to use them, so I've got like a massive backlog of razors. I'm just too lazy to fucking actually just like discontinue it. I could actually go into business for myself. What I could do is to go up London actually on the tube, and the next guy fucking starts wolf whistling the girl. I'll just throw like a load of Dollar Shave Club stuff at him.
Responsible Dollar Shave Club.
Well, question though, lads, is this Gillette ad? Is this going to be shown on like? Is it only online or is it only on?
They'll probably have like a 30-second version of it. I think it's like a minute or 2 minutes. They have like a feature ad, and then they'll probably.
Will it be shown on like on screens in like Ireland and the UK?
I couldn't see Ofcom that ad as it is. I could not see Ofcom. letting that go because it's bollocks. You know,
but I've seen some bollocks on ads lately, so I don't know.
But I think
it has all the whole, you know, it's real American, basically, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, that won't be on over here, no way. Because I think as well, we'll have come to quite strict. Where in America, you can basically say what you want. You know. He even released Sideshow Bob, vote Bob for mayor. You know, it's just you know, you can do that in America. You can't quite do that over here and in Ireland as well. The standards and practices and all that kind of stuff. Watch fucking tomorrow morning. I'll switch on my telly and be straight on. But yeah, it's that's such an American ad, man. But no way that's going to be on. No way. No way.
Yeah, the other Gillette ads, you know, the best a man can get and stuff like that. So I'd say they'd probably shorten it down to something else, or maybe after all this flack, they might completely change it. Have the old-fashioned ones. Yeah. But
so much of it applies to the American politic and not the politic that exists on this side of the Atlantic, really. Me Too movement.
Funny you should say that, because the Nike had one. What's that guy's name? The American footballer.
Oh, Derek. Colin. Sorry, Colin
Kaepernick.
Yeah.
And
yes.
He's a very controversial figure because he doesn't stand for the national anthem. He kneels. His reasoning is something about black people being unfairly targeted by police and all other stuff. He's basically just complaining, protesting about a heap of stuff. But he was featured prominently in a Nike ad, and there was loads of people who were throwing out their Nike stuff and burning their Nike stuff because they really dislike him, because they look on him as really un-American, and how can he not stand for the national anthem? So that wasn't over here. That was a similar type of ad, but I don't think we got it over here. I think we have to link to it.
Yeah, I think I've seen that ad, and I think there was a different. It focused on him, and it focused on how he was doing his own thing, and it was a positive ad. It wasn't targeting, painting anyone in a bad light. It was painting him in a way, you know, like a typical Nike, you know, you can achieve whatever you want to achieve ad. Wasn't it something like that?
Yeah. That's
whereas the Gillette ad is like, shame on you, we need to get better. Like, you know, that's the difference.
Yeah, but yet again, who the fuck are Nike to have any sort of you know, this righteous path that they've taken? And a lot of these companies, it's pissing me off. You know, like, who the fuck are Nike to get behind this? Yeah, well, you know, Nike sweatshops, right? Let's have a look. Sweatshops.
Well, they're well known for sweatshops.
Yeah, Nike sweatshops has been accused of using sweatshops. You put in here, Nike accused of tolerating sweatshops. How ethical is Nike? Good on you, and all this kind of stuff. They're fucking well known for it. New wave of anti-sweatshop protests, August 2017. Who are these cunts to turn around? And I'm an Adidas man, by the way. You probably aren't much better with sweatshops. You know, but who are these cunts to turn around and preach to us, and, you know, this righteousness, and, oh yeah, you know, do what you want, and look at this guy, we're getting behind him. Fuck off.
Do as I say, not as I do, sort of.
Yeah.
Style.
Absolutely. And actually, Gladys Knight got into trouble for singing the national anthem at the Super Bowl, I believe. When was the Super Bowl?
In 2 weeks.
It's in 2 weeks. Sorry, she is singing she's going to sing it. And apparently, I was just looking here and this is what she said about Kaepernick. She goes, I understand that Mr. Kaepernick is protesting two things, and they are police violence and injustice. It is unfortunate that our national anthem has been dragged into this debate when the distinctive senses of the national anthem and fighting for justice should each stand alone. She also said that she prays that the national anthem will bring us all together in a way never before witnessed, and we can move forward and untangle these truths, which mean so much to us all, as her statement said. And basically, yeah, she's she has had people giving out to her saying you shouldn't be singing the national anthem because of this guy.
It's one of those things. It's a peaceful protest, so it's like he's really not harming anyone. So it's why would it bother you? You know?
Yeah, I mean, no one should ever have to their opinion kind of like mangled like that. I mean, if he feels strongly enough about a protest that he doesn't feel his country has let him down, then he should be allowed have that. But at the same time, you know, if Gladys Knight wants to be proud to sing the national anthem, she should be allowed as well. No one should ever have the right to scald or to judge where that is. But companies are just trying to get on the coattails of these people and trying to, live off this thing, which is
they realise that the young demographic coming through is this righteous, and I keep saying that word, this righteous fucking left coming through. This is the demographic now that these companies want to go through. It's this Facebook demographic who, as I've seen in this country, they won't protest about the state of the trains, the state of the police system, the state of all these job cuts and all this stuff. They won't protest about that. They won't go out and share that on Facebook. But they'll go out and they'll have a go at Trump, a president of a country that has nothing to do with this country. It's all fashionable to protest. And that's the demographic that these companies are going after now. You see, they're looking at the young males now that are looking to get to buy their first razors now. Oh, Gillette, yeah, I really like them. Mom, Dad, what razor? Well, son, he'll look at this and he'll go, oh, I like Gillette because, I want to be the best man I can be and I don't want to, slap girls on the arses. So I'll go with Gillette. Nike as well. Oh, this guy stood up for against police injustice. I'm going to go with Nike. That's the sort of demographic they're on about. There's no fucking moral to it, especially from the conglomerate side. It is just simply a selling tactic that was thought up by people in a room with calculators and computers as to how they could sell more shit to people. And that's all it is. And
wherever there's a movement of something, wherever there's a desire to want to push an agenda, that's when people will get behind it. The latest one now in Ireland, and the latest one that you're seeing, I'm seeing on Facebook now. Remember, you had the French flags, and you had like the referendum, and you had abortion things, the same-sex marriage. Now it's nurses' worker pay. Now, let me start by saying that I think nurses do a tremendous job and are very, very underappreciated in our society. But it's easy, it's an easy thing to get behind. Nurses who are majority probably female are looking for more money now. They're actually threatening to strike. I don't know if you've heard about this in Ireland, Donny, have you?
No, but listen,
they're threatening industrial action because
nurses. As far as even back when I was a kid, nurses have always been threatening that because they've always been underpaid.
Yes, but it's happening again now, and fair dues to them, I say. But what I'm saying is, like that, like Trump or like Weinstein, whenever something there's a movement behind it, whenever there's a flavour of the month sort of thing, that'll get people talking. People won't get off their own, leave their bubble to look around at what's wrong. They'll jump on a movement. They'll jump on a bandwagon.
Yeah, no, that's it. And
I do think nurses should be paid more, by the way.
Oh, of course, yeah. Definitely. They're the real heroes, As Bono was saying in his concerts, they're the real heroes. Well, give me your money then, Bono. No. You see these people say that, oh, you're the real heroes. Can I have one of your houses, Bono? No. Sorry. I'm having a go at everyone today. Fucking had enough of it. Damn it, it's not right. No, it is. It really does annoy me. I have to laugh at these companies and the state of some of these companies as well. The latest one was having a really bad day the other day. Only in London could this happen, right? Really bad day. So I thought, I'll get a pizza, I used to like Domino's, but they got rid of my favourite double decker, so can't get that anymore because their normal pizza's quite shite. So then I go, right, I'll go Pizza Hut. They have these lovely tearaway garlic strips, and they're really fucking nice. And I think, I'll get one of those and a pizza to go with it, but I really want the tearaway strips. And all right. Put all the stuff through, grand. Go to order. Sorry, but this branch is now closed. And I'm like, what? Because that's the only one that delivered to me. I'm looking at it, I go, what? I look at the time. I was like 7 o'clock on a Friday fucking night, and I'm like, you're closed. What? Like prime time, Like, hold on, that can't be right. So then I twigged it. They've no drivers, to deliver.
London, eh? This is London, yeah. See, they never sleeps.
Oh, no, that's New York, Dave. That's the other major city.
I didn't get your tearaway strips.
Couldn't get... So anyway, right? So this is Pizza Hut. So I go, okay, right, bollocks, So then I think we couldn't go to collect it in the car because it was really awkward to get to. And it wasn't worth the hassle. And I thought, okay, so there's another one nearby. But it's a restaurant. It doesn't do delivery. It only does collection. I'll go, okay, fuck it, grand. Can't get the same deal, worrying. Couldn't even get the tearaway things. I thought,
fuck it. Not the same.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck, man? They were offering like this shitty garlic bread. I was like, that's it's the same fucking company. You go, okay, fair enough. So then I thought, right, I'll go to another shop. And I ring this other one, which I just said, look, it's not too far away. I said, hiya, listen, I want to ring from this other store, but it's closed. They've no drivers. Can you deliver? And he just cut me off. No, can't deliver to you. Can't deliver you. Sorry, that's it. And hung up. Their shop that wouldn't deliver to me because it was too far was 0.01 miles farther away from me than the other shop. And they wouldn't fucking deliver to me. And I thought, wow. 0.01 miles. Checked on Google Maps. I thought, you were fucking kidding me. Wouldn't deliver to me. You could walk that, you know. And yeah, and I went up and I collected from the restaurant. Sure, the pizza was shite. I just thought, fuck it, man. London's broken me, man. I don't like pizza anymore. I used to love it. I don't like it. Just pure shite. Sure, this is the place where you had KFC and there was no chicken. Do you remember that? Yeah.
And you know what they're doing with pizza now? They're cutting down on the calories per pizza.
They're ruining it, man.
So you won't be able to order like a large pizza because it'd be like, oh, that's too many calories for you.
Yeah.
And they're really serious about trying to do this.
Yeah.
It's fucking mental. Like, there's nothing better than being hungover and getting a big fuck off large pizza to yourself. It's gonna be fucking cure for it.
This is the gas thing about it. Like, they'll oh yeah, you know, you could buy 4 of these things, you know, like, which will probably, you know, the calorie intake will be huge. You can go out, you can buy your pints, which are, you know, probably about 600 calories like per pint. You know, yeah, you can have that, but you can't have your big pizza. Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous, man. Like, they're just trying to. It's the nanny state, isn't it? Is that an EU directive, or is? I mean, to be fair, they're doing it here, so it must be an EU.
You know what? I think it was the UK. I think it was the UK. I forget. I'll find a link. I'll be able to link that.
I did see something like that, and I think that's why they stopped double decadence. Do you have double decadence over there?
Yeah. I'm not sure. I don't like pizza too much, but yeah, I don't think so.
Dave, did you have double decadence?
I don't go Domino's very often, so yeah, I don't know. I'm an Apache pizza man. So
well, we have a friend. We have a friend that won't be going to 4-star anytime soon.
Yeah.
Oh God! I wonder how he would have dealt with my issue with the thing. I actually did leave a review on Pizza Hut. Just said it's a fucking shambles. Like, on a Friday, you don't have any drivers, like pizza fucking delivery drivers, and your store won't fucking help you out. I just said that's just a shambles.
Well, I mean, I'd like to know from their point of view what the reason was. I mean. Obviously, there's a lot of companies out there that just are.
It's just poor management. It's just poor management.
I'm sure we all have a lot of stories you could tell about, poor customer service and both sides of the old thing. I mean,
oh sure, yeah. I mean, fucking. We'll have to do a show on that. Actually, we were going to do a show on that until then Gillette gave us that fucking. Thing to talk about. Yeah, no, we must do. I've got loads of stories, man. The companies over here are shite, really are. They're so poorly run, well, the country's poorly run as well, but I mean, it's so poorly run. Stories I could tell you. That's why I ended up cooking, because all the food was shit over here. But yeah. So anyway, Gillette, is it the best a man can get?
If we're talking about razors, then yeah, actually.
Yeah. Unfortunately, they are. Annoyingly, they are. Their ads are shite.
Yeah, but you still use a Gillette razor. You do, Sean, don't you? I know you do. Don't fucking lie to me, Sean.
I probably have some there, yeah. I don't really use them.
Yeah, you're damn right you do.
No, I won't be boycotting them, but it's, I mean...
Yeah, I mean, I have dabbled in the Wilkinson sword and some Aldi razors before, and nothing, like, I couldn't even finish the pack before I reached for Mac 3 again. It was just, yeah.
See, that's what he gets you, man. With their quality products.
Yep. So we've been basically hammering Gillette all day, but we'll end by saying top-notch razors, lads. Keep it up.
They really are good. Yeah, that's it. But I tell you what.
The first time I used that usual one, I audibly gasped. I was like, "What the fuck? That's a close shave." Fantastic.
Oh, I like it. So you should have fucking had an ad with you, Sean, and then slap some girl on the arse, and then somebody go, no, that's not right. That would have worked, you know. Yeah. Anyway, right. Let's leave it there, lads. I've enjoyed these. Right. I actually need a shave myself, but Dollar Shave Club, telling you now, £8. I don't know where you can get in Ireland. It's probably like €64, is it, for a pack of razors over there now? £8 a month. You get you get 4 razors every month, and it's really good. It's a really good razor. I would strongly recommend it. Fuck you, Gillette. I've broken your spirit.
Get up the yard.